All right, guys, so I'm doing this video on passing the emissions test. I'm pretty sure if you guys have this issue where you guys taking your vehicle to get inspected, you guys failed, chances are you guys have this fail because of the emissions test. I'm gonna tell you guys what you guys can do, because it's a very stressful situation if you guys have been in this situation, because of the a lot of times it's difficult to get that check engine light off. It's difficult to get the codes that you have for the O2 sensor, the codes that you have for the catalytic converter. A lot of times it's very difficult. Even if you change up those parts, you could still have that check engine light and have those codes. All right, trust me, everybody's been in this situation. If you have a brand new car, it's not that much a problem. If you have an older car with semi higher mileage or higher mileage, you're gonna have issues like this where you take your vehicle, everything could be good, the brakes are good, the tires are good, the lights are good, you pass everything, that emissions test will fail you, and it causes so many problems for so many people, because chances are that garage that you took it to is gonna tell you you're gonna have to change this out, the O2 sensors, you're gonna have to change out the catalytic converter, you gotta replace this, you gotta replace that. And even if they give you quote unquote some suggestion or tell you that they could actually resolve the issue and fix the check engine light you guys have on your dash and get rid of those codes, I've seen situations where somebody paid $1,500. They didn't even replace anything. All they did was get rid of the codes, the check engine light, and nothing was replaced. I'm going to tell you how you guys can do that yourself if you guys are in this situation and not spend $1,500 either replacing parts or not replacing parts, but leave it up to the shop to actually clear that, quote unquote, clear that light for you, and charge you $1,500 for it, because that's happened. I'm sure if you guys are watching this, you guys are probably just either, late on the inspection because you guys can't get it to pass, you guys know it's not going to pass, or it's failed, and then you guys are weeks out and you guys are still driving with an expired sticker. I've seen so many of these cases, but I'm going to tell you guys how you guys can try to solve this situation. And I'll tell you what, this thing with the whole emissions, smog test, the O2 sensors, the catalytic converters, the codes that you guys get for it, they're not, sometimes they're easy fixes. A lot of times they're frustratingly difficult to resolve. All right, let's start with what you guys have to do. What you guys have to do. All right, let me just tell you guys this. All right, if you guys have codes for O2 sensors and the catalytic converters, here's what you guys can do. All right, first of all, if you guys want to change the O2 sensors with the issues. Now, you're probably saying, I don't have the money for it, I don't have the time for it, but most of all, I don't have the money for it. I don't have the money to spend $2,000 for it to change up the catalytic converter. I don't have hundreds of dollars to change up the O2 sensors. Well, you know what? You guys can try doing that. But here's an easier trick that you guys can do. All right. You guys go to Walmart, AutoZone, any of these places, go to the auto section. There are formulas. There are formulas for cleaning up the O2 sensors, cleaning up the catalytic converters without actually changing up those parts. You guys can actually try that. They're very inexpensive, relatively speaking, compared to replacing those parts. They're very inexpensive. A lot of these formulas can formulas fixing a bottle can actually fix your issue pretty easily if you guys are if you guys are persistent with it, meaning that sometimes it doesn't work with just one bottle. You might have to try multiple bottles. Now, you guys could go with Ricelands, you guys could go with Boros Leaks, you guys could go with Exxon, you guys could go with Walmart brands, Hypertough. There are so many of them out there. Me personally, I think they're all the same. That's my own opinion on it. You could try Seafoam, put up a video on Seafoam. You could try something as expensive as Cataclean. Those bottles were $12 at one point, now they're like $26. You could try that stuff. All right, you could try multiple bottles of that stuff, see if that actually fixes your issue. The worst thing that those bottle things can do, in my opinion, the worst thing it can do is do nothing. That's in my opinion. But no. Actually, the worst thing it can do is actually do nothing. That's true, because it'll clean up. It'll definitely clean up any kind of corrosion or buildup or anything buildup with your O2 sensors and catalytic converter. If anything, it will help your situation in one way or another. I haven't come across issues with those products. I know there are a lot of quick fix products out there in a bottle where you could potentially get really bad issues. I've used them personally, specifically with these engine cleaners, O2 sensor cleaners, catalytic converter cleaners. They've done either a decent job or at the very worst, I've had no issues with them. And a lot of times, if you guys watch other videos of how to pass inspections with these fixes in a bottle, a lot of times they work. A $10 fix is better than a $1,500 change up of parts, and then you might have some issues later on, because the whole thing of the whole emission system is kind of complicated, and sometimes it's frustratingly hard to get rid of the check engine light because the sensors are very sensitive. All right, definitely try that. I definitely approve of trying that first. If you guys want an easy fix, you might have to try that. Try multiple bottles, but many times it has worked. Now, if you guys have your own personal experiences with this, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know how you got rid of your issues with O2 sensors, cat converters, and pass your emissions test. Secondly, what you guys have to do is, obviously, we're still on this trying to fix it with these formulas. You guys can, after using it a couple of times, clear the check engine light, buy an OBD2 scanner, clear the check engine light, and then what you guys have to do is, you guys can't just drive it to the inspection spot to get it inspected. What you guys have to do is, you guys will have to drive it in about 30 to 40 miles so that the drive cycle gets finished up. And you guys can have one monitor fail. I believe it's one monitor you guys can have fail. The other ones you guys can pass. And if you guys know how to do this, or know somebody who knows how to do this, or watch videos on this, you guys, OBD2 reader, scanner is very integral to this. Particularly if it didn't resolve your issue, you guys can actually drive your vehicle to try to finish the drive cycle with that OBD2 scanner and see if 90% of the monitors are complete. At that point, you guys can drive it to an inspection spot, and they'll pass it for you as long as there's no check engine light and 90% of the monitors are complete. So let's talk about what you guys can do outside of using these formulas. You guys can try to clear the check engine light. There's a rare chance that that'll work. You guys could take the the negative battery terminal off the battery for about 10 minutes, put it back on. Or you guys could use an OBD2 scanner to clear it. There's might be a chance that maybe one of the O2 sensors is just a little bit off enough that it triggers it every once in a while, the check engine light and the code. There's a slight chance, but clear it and then drive it about 30 miles and see if it comes back on. If it comes back on, obviously it's a more serious issue. If it doesn't come back on, definitely just take it to the inspection spot, have them inspect it for you. All right, have them inspected for you, and hopefully you pass the inspection. Outside of that, to be honest, outside of that, if you guys have a car that's really inexpensive, and the amount of cost that you guys would have to put in to the vehicle as far as repairs and work done on the vehicle to get it to inspection grade, probably should be thinking about junking the car. All right, because a lot of times the amount of fixes, the money that you would have to spend with replacing the catalytic converter, O2 sensors, drive in, and it's not just replacing these parts. You would have to constantly drive it to complete the driving cycle. That it's A, time consuming, it's B, expensive, it's C, it could just get really frustrating with a situation like this. And if you guys are in that situation, good luck to you guys. Hopefully you guys are able to fix this situation. If you guys have your own personal experiences with this, and you guys have any tips on your fixes with this problem, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. I hope this video has helped you guys out. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Appreciate your time. All right, guys, take care.